Hey guys, this is day 18 of our 21-day challenge, one application per day. And today we are creating an application for thumbnail creation. So AI will create the thumbnails for YouTube and your shorts. So what was the problem here? So generally what creators do that they use the designing tools for creating the thumbnails. They have some reference image and they add text. If you are into content creation, you know the hassle. So the problem is that currently there are some AI models that can create the thumbnails, but either you need to give some good prompts there. Also, if some models are there which are problematic with text, currently ChatGPT is one of the good models, but it takes so much time. And the also one problem is that you cannot create that you cannot use the text to image models for creating the thumbnails with your reference image. So you need what you need in a thumbnail. You have a reference image like your face or anything else, and you want to create a thumbnail with your prompt with some different text, different font, and different design. So that was the issue, and I was also facing this issue. So today we have created this thumbnail uh, generator application. I created just only the first version with bolt.new. So this is the tool we are learning today, bolt.new. This is similar to Lovable, but there is one additional thing that we can create Expo mobile applications with Bolt, but not with Lovable currently. Bolt is good with that, and because I wanted to create a mobile dedicated mobile application in React Native, so I chose Bolt here. So let's go directly to Bolt, what I have created. So here I gave it a simple prompt to generate an Expo application. So what is Expo? Expo is a framework that uses a React Native to create mobile applications for both Android, iOS, and I told it to use this model, and also to directed it to use the environment file to store our secret keys, and then I explained a little bit about the flow. So it created the first version. This is usable, and here we have YouTube and shorts options. We can create both of the thumbnails at one place, and we have two options here. We can describe our thumbnail, and also we can have a reference image. Like I want to create an thumbnail with my face, and I want to have some text there, some different designs there, some background. So that all goes into the description with the reference image. And after creating this, it just coded the complete application, and this is the first version it created by just one prompt. And then I downloaded this application and opened in Cursor. So why I preloaded the application, why I pre-coded this, because I wanted to keep this video short. So this was simple. It will create the application, and if you want to use Bolt entirely, you can do that. But I will suggest that you open this, you create the first version with Bolt or Lovable, that are no code tools, and then download your code into your IDE based editor, so that you can simply edit the files if needed and have more control. So downloaded it and open this in Cursor, and now there was some issue that I normally added to the chat, and it fixed it. So now let's see if our application is working. Let me check this. I rerun the application by command npm run dev. Okay, here we have that, and let's try with a sample prompt and one reference image. Hit generate, and we have the error. String did not match the expected pattern. So we need to copy this error and paste into cursor. And it created netlify functions. Simplify to call netlify function instead of direct API call, better error handling, remove complex polling logic. Backend function, it created netlify function, so you don't need to worry about that. It auto creates all of that configuration, and then you do thumbnail, deployment process, replicate API token, replicate API token. Okay, and then deploy it to netlify. Okay, to test this application we need to connect it with netlify first, then we can test this. So first of all, to connect it with netlify, we need to create a GitHub repository for this and push this all code into that GitHub, and then we will connect netlify with GitHub. So GitHub is for code and netlify is for deployment. So I create a new and repository name. We get a simple good name for this. Suggest name for thumbnail creator app. Thumbly. Okay. Auto thumb AI vision nail thumb. ठीक है, हम यही चूज कर लेते हैं. Thumbly. Keep it small. Private. Add readme file. Create repo. And just copy the HTTP URL. Go to cursor. So we can directly commit from GitHub. And its name will be Thumbly. Thumbly is a good name. Okay, the complete code has been posted. Now we need to go to netlify and add our GitHub project. So again, what is netlify? If you did not see the previous videos, netlify is for deploying the application for public users, normal user. So it gives a public URL to access your application, and the free tier is enough for testing purposes. I currently have the free tier and it's all good. I choose Thumbly here, project name, Thumbly. Thumbly is not available, so I put in Thumbly AI. And then we need to add environment variables here, so we do that. Okay, I added my environment secrets here in content, and then I just hit deploy. What it does, that it connects our GitHub repository with Netlify deployment, and whenever we push new update to GitHub, the auto deployment happens, and the website, the next version of the GitHub code auto deploys on Netlify. So how we are testing this? So there are Netlify functions in our application, as cursor suggested, that it has implemented Netlify functions. So functions are basically serverless functions which can execute some code, and to test that functions, either we need to deploy our application and test in live environment, otherwise we need to use local environment with these commands. So same thing I'm asking to cursor, that I have connected GitHub with Netlify Thumbly AI project, and I need to test that. Okay, so it is facing version issue. I think I need to stop this and give the document again. I pasted the document here. Okay, so cursor is has fixed this issue. Let's test again. I rerun the application and run dev. Press W for opening the web application. Again, same process. Attach image. Try with some. Let's try this again. Facing some error. Let's see. We have this error. Go to cursor and give this error. Okay, so cursor did it work, and let's see if it fixes the issue. Run the application again. Crash the web application. The same issue. So because we are facing this issue again and again, so I give a little bit of, we need to give the documentation. Just copy this all. And I think I want to switch the this to cloud. Yes, cloud for Summit. You can choose among many of the available models in Cursor. Also, you can use your own API key. Okay, so Cursor now has fixed many of the issues. Let's see: incorrect environment variable access, row API calls instead of replicate SDK, outdated models and parameters. Then it fixed path configuration configs, and it says that we need to put our replicate API token in this field, in this variable. So let's test our application. First npm install if this. Okay, this is did not add any of the dependencies, so no problem. Npm run dev netlify so that okay, so test again with the same prompt. Create. Let's see if it works. I think we got some issue. No image URL received from server. No image URL. So I'll directly give this error. Also provide that what environment you are testing on. So I tested this local on web. It gives this error. So it added some logs so that we can identify the issue. So it auto switched to SDXL stable diffusion model, but I want to use Flux, the same model which we gave it earlier. So we need this model only. So this is a key that if you don't mention each and everything, sometimes it can change things by itself. So you need to observe each and every uh, summary. You can read the summary of what it has done. So however, AI is doing all the things, but this is the task we need to do. This is the work we need to do to accomplish good application. We need to see that what it is coding, what are the security uh, layers it is adding. We need to check its coding practices, if it is following the correct standards. So again we have this. Let's try again. Invalid response from AI service. Please try again. We got this error. We can try the same thing with on playground. Flux on this playground, so that we can assure that this is working. So we add our image here, we add same prompt here, and aspect ratio we want 16 to 9. We hit run. As we can see that this worked, and we need to wait. Okay, just I because I tried this and it is working here, so I tell the same thing to cursor that I tried on playground with this data and this log. So cursor now confirms that it has fixed this error. Let's try again. Let's get another prompt. Okay, finally we have a good thumbnail. How to make thumbnails that pop. That's great. And we can save image to downloads. Okay, perfect. So now as our application is finally working and it created the given thumbnail, this thumbnail with just one reference image and my prompt. So it worked very well. Text here are these are good, and YouTube icon is perfect. The face expression is consistent. All the character is consistent. Everything worked well. Okay, so just so as we can see that we don't have any download button here, so we need to have that. And this your thumbnails, one thumbnail saved. We have the download button here. Try this. This is not working. Delete button. Delete is also not working. So what I'm trying to do here, that first we need to give the download button here. uh, wait. First I want to check that in gallery where these images are saved, where we are saving image. The image generated images are not actually saved locally on the device. Instead, they are stored as URL in device local storage using async storage. Image generation: when you generate a thumbnail, calls the replicate API to generate the image, get back the public URL, save this URL, and write async storage. Storage implementation: usually actual image files are not saved locally. Metadata save कर रहे हैं. Image URLs are saved locally. Images are loaded from the public URL. Inefficient. ओके सो ये क्या कर रहा है कि इमेज जनरेट करने के बाद जो पब्लिक यूआरएल है उसको ये सेव कर रहा है और बाद में इसको लोड करेगा, लेकिन पब्लिक यूआरएल कभी भी फेल हो सकता है. तो कभी भी वहाँ से इमेज रिमूव हो सकती है, तो ये इनएफिशिएंट है. तो इसे हम सेव करेंगे. एक्चुअली हम इसको सेव नहीं करते, गैलरी वाला ऑप्शन हमें देना चाहिए क्या. इसमें फायरबेस इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं, बट ऑलरेडी हमने इसमें काफ़ी टाइम दिया है, तो करंटली एक ये प्रूफ ऑफ कॉन्सेप्ट के जैसे ये इतना ठीक है. रिमूव गैलरी. या फिर एज अ POC this application is sufficient. Just add the download button here, and this gallery we can work on later. We will add the Firebase storage here and Firebase database. So currently this was the end of this video. We have created a thumbnail for our YouTube, or we can also create the thumbnails for shorts or reels. So that's all. And so I hope that this video, you have learned a lot from this video, to use replicate, to use bolt and cursor, how to debug the issues as we faced multiple times. So all of that we learned from this video, and this process was not very smooth, but this is the thing that how we develop the applications. And this is the POC only, proof of concept. of the thumbnail generator application. To make it a final version, we need to create a landing page. We need to add authentication so that user can save his data to some database so that he can visit the application later and he finds that data. So those all things will need more time. So to keep this video short, we just end this video here. And if you like this video, just hit subscribe so it supports me. And to keep watching my 21-day challenge. It was day 18 of 21-day one application per day challenge. Let's meet tomorrow. Okay, bye.